It is Vibes with Vibes Central Media. I'm here with.
Chris Tergliafera.
It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So, how long have you been voice acting? How long have you been in the industry for?
I've been voice acting. Well, I mean, started my journey back basically after I'd graduated from University of North Carolina, and then moved out here. So it's been about 20 years or so. It's a little less than 20 years, but yeah, just been training, and then I think it's been as far as like making a full time living off of it, probably last like 15. So.
Working from different franchises, from anime to Disney, different properties, what has been your favorite role that you have played throughout the years?
Oh wow, that's it's always different because Star versus the Force of Evil. That was a lot of fun working for that. There was another show, Pickle and Peanut, that I played a character named Magic Dragon, which was this big dumb dragon voice, and those were really fun, and those are interesting because whenever you're doing dubbing, it's all you're having to match timing, and in those they can animate to your voice, and in a lot of video games they animate to your voice. So it's always it's more about, I would say, the medium than whether it's dubbing or original animation or video games that really changes it. But Disney's got their magic, and each property is different. JoJo's is a lot of fun, and really bizarre, to put it
In the
mildly.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going into big franchises like JoJo, Hunter x Hunter, what was that like joining that fan base and knowing that you were playing pivotal role, especially in Stardust Crusader, Part 3, if I'm correct, of JoJo?
That was something. I was working at Universal Studio. I mean, I occasionally still do Megatron, the live action there. And I was working full time there when I got Avdol from Stardust Crusaders. And I did not know about Stardust. I did not know about JoJo's really at all. It was just an audition. And I went back in the bunker, which is where Megatron gets all assembled, and I said, I booked something in something called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and my friend Emma just went, "What?" And I had said it, and then I said, I've got this character, Muhammad Abdul. She's like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh." And Kira Buckland, who voiced Jolene in the last one, I ran into her at a workshop. We had both been in Danganronpa, and she talked to me about it. And yeah, so whenever I found out, oh wow, this is a big deal. Like I talked to Emma extensively about it. I talked to Kira extensively about it. Started doing my research on it, and it's been such a fun fan base. So it's something I don't take lightly. Being one of the stewards of a character, and that was such a. But Abdal was my first role that led to Gundam Tanaka, my entire relationship with Bang Zoom, and it was just the thing I really loved about Abdal, and I have such a strong reverence for that character, for what he's given me, and also just him in general. I love the fact that he's this consummate gentleman, hyper intelligent, but when it comes to battle, he gets kind of sadistic. Like whenever he knows he's strong, and he knows he likes to throw down. So yeah, being a part of that fan base has been great, and I really like JoJo's. They, that sometimes in every fan base is different, but JoJo seems to, I don't know, just bring out the fun in people, and I really like that aspect of it, and it's a breath of fresh air. Anytime I see anyone coming up in JoJo's cosplay, I immediately like, no, this is going to be a great interaction.
That's amazing to go through so many different franchises and also memorize this role coming from even playing Megatron, you said?
Yeah, it's the live action. If you ever see any like YouTube clips of Megatron meeting a guest, especially if he's talking about anime, um, that's that's been, especially if people come up and now they know that I do that, they'll be like, "So you like JoJo's?" I'm like, "What do you know about JoJo's? What's your favorite part?" And see if they know who I am, or if it's just sometimes they don't. They're just talking about JoJo's, and like, who's your favorite character in part three? I'm like, Cockewing, get out! Get out immediately! You ruined this. Am I disappointed in you? Yes, I am. So,
That's amazing. You bring so much joy, especially character interaction with every role you play. And going further, where do you want to see yourself in like 10 years? Like, is there a series that you want to be a part of?
You know, I try not to ever really put goals on. I used to do that, like very early on. It's like I would see things like, oh, I want to do this character, and now it's really treating each project as unique. Whenever you get the audition sides, and then whenever you book the role, and trying to really, I've got a one of my best friends, Evan Michael Lee. He uses this phrase of being of service to the project and not thinking what the role can do for you, because I realized it was pretty much vanity and just my own self-fulfillment of wanting to play those characters, and as opposed to whenever you get a character, seeing what you can bring to it to bring the character to life and also aid the project and also aid the story, and just whatever that role calls for, doing it to the best of your ability. So I really like keeping things open. That's my something that was instilled from my grandpa on down to my dad. Is we moved around a lot. My grandpa moved around a lot, and it's just been very much go where the opportunity is. It's like don't get stay open to things, and that's how I got into voice acting. Was people just commented on my voice. I didn't have any acting ability at that time, and then whenever I started going into it, I was just doing voice acting lessons. And then later on, I was like, I really got to become a trained actor. And I ended up going to acting school at Playhouse West for 3 years and learning Meisner in my 30s. And, some people might balk about going back to school or anything, but I think it's important to just never stop growing, and also like, humble yourself. I went back into that as a level 1 theater actor, and that really helped me. But whenever since I've been just open to things, I find that's aided me better than having a specific goal, because it's just I kind of like how life is. It's kind of like a video game. You're going around and you're picking up skills, you're learning things, and then there's different like kind of side quests. What do you want to pursue? And then things pop up. And one of the wonderful things about voice acting is every time you get an audition, it's like playing the lottery. And I tell people, because everyone goes through droughts, everyone goes through ups and downs, and the one thing I always tell people when they're going through a drought is they could change tomorrow. It's not a corporate job where you see people that are like on over the corporate ladder. They're not going to promote you that many people. You're not going to go from entry level worker to EVP. But in voice acting, you very much could. You nail it, your life could be changed tomorrow with something. And that's a really cool thing. And I love that hope of it, because it means you're not like in this like drudgery. It's like you have to go in always with that hope, that belief, and just, I'm going. One of my teachers at Playhouse West, when it comes to auditions, she said, whenever you go to an audition, you're giving a gift. Like, give a gift, and see what you can give to that project, and that's something I've always taken with me.
That's amazing. That's really inspiring because it gives hope to the next generation and gives an aspect to just keep on striving for those goals no matter what, no matter any falls or, drought, as we
Yeah,
say in
yeah.
that field. And one final question. If you could describe your life as a video game, what video game would it be?
Oh, wow. Describe my life as a video game. I described myself as a level 1 actor when I first started, because I started from ground zero of just like doing an internet search, uh, building. I don't know. I don't know why it's coming to mind. Earthbound.
Great
It was,
game.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
great game.
It was a very big game for me growing up, and yeah, I kind of like that. Start somewhere, and then towards the end, it's like, how did I even get here? It's so weird. Whenever you think like I was in a small town, North Carolina, and now I'm here, and like it's not like I'm king of anything, but it's neat that anyone would come up to me and want to talk to me about my work. I just think that's very inspiring and very humbling.
Thank you for your time once again.
Of course. Thank you for having me.